my volume up, Sam?
From center field at Lexington High School in Lexington, Mass., this is Blue Sox baseball on Local Sports Productions. Tonight, it's the Blue Sox with a record of 6-3-1, third in the ICL, hosting the Arlington Trojans with a record of 2-9, eighth in the ICL. Good evening, everybody. I'm Sam Feely, alongside Rob DeFranco tonight, ready to bring you the play-by-play story. Rob will be joining us for at least the first couple of innings.
Hello, everybody.
If the situation calls for it, you may bail for the bullpen, but that's all right. So, Rob, the Trojans, a team the Blue Sox have traditionally dominated. The Trojans have only made the playoffs twice in their first 7 years, once or twice in their first 7 years. So you would think, and also considering that Arlington only got to 9 batters in the lineup shortly before first pitch, you'd think the Blue Sox are going to pick up an easy win here and tie Watertown for first place, but what are they going to have to do to ensure that?
Well, veteran Matty Karras on the bump usually gives us a good 4 or 5 innings of competitive baseball. Like you said, Arlington, we haven't had too much trouble with them in the past, or this season for that matter. I recall beating them pretty good on a Sunday afternoon over in Arlington. Mm-hmm. Again, news to me that they only had 9 batters just so soon. So close to the game time, but
yeah,
Rick always says, Coach DeAngelis, he says, never assume victory. So we're going to be out here focused, all eyes on deck. So.
All right, so the starting lineup first for the visiting Arlington Trojans in their gray uniforms with maroon hats. It'll be Ryan Hood at second base, followed by Justin Mansfield in center. Kyle Boudreaux is at third. Kyle Hood is at first. Jack Kingman is in left. Morgan Brown is the shortstop. Kyle Dombrowski is behind the plate. John Smokovich is in right. And on the mound, Alex Brown will round out the lineup at DH. On the mound for the Arlington Trojans, Andrew Hamill. Hamill is making his third appearance of the season. No decisions, a 1 ERA in 7 innings. He's allowed 7 hits, just 1 earned run, 3 walks, and 12 strikeouts. So obviously one of the better arms the Trojans have on their roster.
Yeah, Sam, I did see him warming in the bullpen just minutes before the game, and he's a hefty lefty. He's a tall kid. Looks like he has some stretch on him, and could be definitely looking to attack some hitters. Another player to watch tonight is Kyle Hood. Kyle was one of my former teammates on the North Shore Navigators a few summers ago, and he's a big boy. He used to play second base, just graduated Franklin Pierce University, and he has a live bat, so Matty Karras going to have to watch out for him tonight. I believe he's in the 4-hole.
All right, so the starting line for the Blue Sox in just a second. As the music is playing in my headphones, not the, all right, hang on a second. The stadium music is playing in my headphones and not the,
on field.
Yeah, on field, so, sorry, Matt, 1 second. Is that more like it? That's more like it. Okay, so the lineup for the Blue Sox, as dressed in the Matt Karras special, the pinstripe jerseys with the Carolina blue shirt and a navy hat. Jeff Costello is going to lead it off in right field, followed by Thomas Russo at third, Ross Curley at short, Taylor Ferguson in center, Dorian Rojas is the DH tonight. He recently swapped with Sam Goodwin-Boyd, who's going to be at first. Josue Feliciano's in the left, Erlen Tejeda's behind the plate, and Chris Rocco rounds out the lineup at second base. On the mound, as mentioned, Matt Karras has pitched in 1 game this year. That was against Wakefield. 2 games. He has no decisions but 1 save. In 5 innings of work, he's allowed 3 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts.
Matt is famous for his cut fastball. He does like to use it in any count. He's very confident with all his pitches. Very tidy, the Gettysburg grad. So, like I said, a very polished start Coach DeAngelis looks for. And
Matt also takes very little time to warm up. He's just a get it and go kind of pitcher, and that's not just in game. He just wants to throw a few warm up tosses before each inning and just get the game underway. So here's Ryan Hood, the second baseman, to lead things off with the first pitch at 8:05 p.m. and that's on the inside corner for strike 1. We're underway. Ryan is batting .333, 5 for 15 with 1 double, 1 triple, and 1 RBI.
Ryan Hood also, as I noted before, the brother of Kyle Hood, as he swings and misses at a curveball outside.
Hood and then Mansfield and Boudreaux, one of the veterans for this Arlington club, as that's down and away, 1-2. So Matt will go two-seamer, cutter, changeup, slider. That's his. You gotta love a pitcher who can throw the two-seamer and the cutter as well as he does. As that's downstairs 2-2, and after being way ahead, now Karras finds himself even with the Arlington leadoff man. The 2-2. That misses down low, 3-2 with the fastball.
Looked like a two-seam there down in the dirt after a couple sliders away. Try to go inside, missed the spot.
Payoff pitch. On the inside corner, strike 3 called. Snuck the cutter under his hands, and we're underway with the first out of the ball game.
Good sequence there by Karras. I'm sure he didn't want to find himself in the full count, but escaped with ease.
So here's Justin Mansfield, the center fielder, and he takes a big cut and misses for strike 1. And I don't know why that keeps happening with the strike thing, as that's fouled away, and chasing it is Feliciano, and it's out of play. 0-2.
Here Karras finds himself again, 0-2 count. We'll see what he does with this sequence.
Justin Mansfield has not had this is actually his first game with the Arlington Trojans this year.
Yeah, you know, I did get a chance to speak with four-hitter, first baseman Kyle Hood prior to the game to catch up with him, and he did say that he just received a text to join the Trojans. This is his first game tonight. Clearly looking for some players, so you wonder if Justin Mansfield's in the same situation, you know, Sam.
Yeah, 1-2 the count. Karras working quickly, tries to back foot the slider, but it's 2-2. This is grounded to the left side. Curley fields the slow roller. Off balance throw, stretched by Goodwin Boyd.
Stretched by Sam Goodwin Boyd. As you can see, his tall frame, about 6'5", big body, uses it to his advantage with the stretch there. Makes Ross Curley look a hell of a lot better at shortstop there.
Not that Ross needs the help. He's been a great defensive shortstop. Absolutely. And this is his second year playing shortstop regularly for the Blue Sox after the retirement by Steve Gaff after the 2015 season. So there is ball 1 to Kyle Boudreaux. Boudreaux takes just above the strike zone to make it 2-0.
Got that Chris Sale mentality. He's just working really fast. I haven't even noticed it until now, to be honest, Sam.
Kyle Boudreaux batting .273 with 4 RBIs. And this is skied into left field. Back goes Sway, and he will make the catch. And Matt Karras sprints off the mound after a very good 1-2-3 inning.
Seems like he's doing everything quickly tonight.
After half an inning, it is the Trojans nothing, and the Blue Sox coming up. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. Advertising opportunities are available on LSP. Get your company's message on air or on localsportsproductions.com for as little as $25 per ad. Visit localsportsproductions.com/advertising or email sam@localsportsproductions.com for more information. So here we go to the bottom of the first, and Jeff Costello, the right fielder, will lead things off. Standing in against the left-hander Hamill, who is, as you could see during the video, much slower warmer than Matt Karras. But then again, not many pitchers in the league are as quick workers and quick warmers as Karras. In fact, I think the one pitcher that rivals Karras's speed is Jimmy Hill of the Blue Sox. That's on the outside corner to Costello, 0-1.
As you can see, the lineup there from Hamill, very slow and steady, uses his length, big stride, big leg kick, slow delivery.
That's fouled away, 0-2. Yeah, little contrasting styles here.
Absolutely.
Between Karras and Hamill. 0-2 the count, and the pitch. Catches the inside corner, and Costello is down on 3 pitches for out number 1.
Looked like a little late bite there inward towards the strike zone, Sam. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Hard pitch to hit from the lefty on the righty. That front door two-seam, or that natural lefty tail, what have you.
Yep. So here's Thomas Russo, with the Eastern Mass All-Star Classic approaching. As that's low for ball 1, you'd have to figure Roos is going to get some serious all-star consideration. Batting, 1 second, as he grounds this one to the left side, slow roller, barehanded by the shortstop, fires on to first, he's safe for an infield single.
Yeah, you know, Sam, with the grass, you could tell off the bat it was going to be a tough play for the shortstop third baseman in that hole there that causes everyone so much trouble.
Yeah. So Russo picks up his team-leading 11th hit of the season. He's now batting .500, 11 for 22.
That kid is a singles machine.
Well, he didn't have an extra base hit all of last year. He has 4 doubles this year. So here is Ross Curley. Go with the long pants, not wearing the high socks now, and he fouls that one away for strike 1.
See if Russo's on the move here, as Hamill, like we said, his delivery is quite slow to the plate, so I wonder if Coach DeAngelis takes that into consideration.
Russo is 1 for 1 in stolen base attempts this year. Popped up behind first base into foul territory, and stumbling back into fair territory to make the catch is the first baseman Kyle Hood, and that is out number 2.
That had some trouble written on it. I mean, that thing was coming back into play, Sam.
Mm-hmm. So here's Taylor Ferguson, the center fielder, to try and prolong the inning. Ferg batting .286 with 1 homer and 3 RBIs. The Blue Sox had very spread out production through the first 10 games. Nobody has more than 4 RBIs for the team, which is stunning when you consider the league leader, Will Brennan of Watertown, is what, 12? Taylor tries to call time at the very last moment, doesn't get it, but takes ball 1.
You know, I was always taught when you're calling time as a hitter, you don't want to raise your hand off the bat. You just say time, and hopefully they grant it, because you always want to be ready for that pitch. As you can see there, Ferg was stumbling back.
That's at the bottom of the strike zone for strike 1. So it worked out in the end, I guess, for Ferg there. Russo hasn't even threatened a run yet. Slide step, he bluffs, and this is grounded past the shortstop into left center for a base hit.
That ball was pissed on, Sam. One hopper right past the glove of the shortstop, and I believe Russo was on the move, too. So.
Yeah, well, actually, he stepped back towards first after he saw Hamill go for the slide step. So here's Dorian Rojas with a chance to plate the first run of the ball game. First and second, 2 out. Dorian has only 7 at-bats this year, but is 3 for 7 with a double and 2 RBIs. And time is called at the very last minute by Rojas.
As
and
you can see there.
This time he gets it. And I'm sure Hamill is not happy with that.
But you did notice there between Ferguson and Rojas that Rojas did have his hands on the bat at both the whole time. Must have been a vocal time.
Mm-hmm. Dorian takes ball 1, 1-0.
Been a good-looking two-strike pitch there with the back foot slider that dropped down towards Dorian's back foot.
We're trying it on the first pitch, huh?
Yeah, a little aggressive, but Dorian's a good hitter.
And spinning back towards second is Hamill. Check swing, and it's low. 2-1. 2-0 rather.
Dorian showing a lot of power during BP this afternoon. Balls were flying out of the ballpark earlier.
Hitters count. The pitch is low. 3-0.
Good looking pitch, but definitely low.
Sam Goodwin Boyd on deck. And he lines this one up the middle. That's smooth for a base hit. Russo's being waved around third. The throw to the plate is going to be offline, and it's an RBI single. And on his way to third on the errant throw is Ferguson. So great heads-up base running by both Russo and Ferguson. And the Blue Sox are on the board first. It's 1-0.
Good piece of hitting there by Rojas. Saw it down the middle, took it straight up the middle for a base hit. Fortunately, scored the run with ease.
So first and third, still 2 out for Sam Goodwin Boyd, who made a nice stretch in the top half of this inning to make an out on the throw from Curley, and that's down and away, ball 1. Goodwin Boyd, 333, 1 RBI. In limited action, check swing, that's down and in, 2-0. Oh, appeal to the infield umpire, he says he didn't go, confirms the call.
Slider on the inside part, almost got him chasing, but was able to hold up his Boyd.
Oh, this lineup is loaded with righties tonight, and so that the slider, as that is on the outside corner, 2-1, the slider is, you gotta get it down, because like
bury it for sure.
You gotta bury it because like the slider's gonna sweep towards the batter and you can see it better.
Tough pitch to make a mistake on.
I don't know why you're slide stepping with Dorian on first, but that's outside, 3-1. Dorian is wearing his third different jersey number, by the way, of the Blue Sox. He wore 29 his first year, wore 2 last year. Dorian does go. The pitch is popped up down the right field line, and this will drop foul, and we have a full count.
Dorian making his way almost to third base there. I don't know if he was unaware or if he was just chugging along, but...
Rob, you get to do some play-by-play while I change the battery on the camera.
Absolutely. Goodwin Boyd breaks his bat on the foul ball into the right side. Swings a very unique bat. I believe it's a 39. No, I'm kidding. Could be a 39. I don't know. He's a big lumberjack of a man. I always fool around with him. He could be swinging a 42, 39, -3. Slider inside for ball 4 as Goodwin Boyd jogs down and Dorian Rojas advances to second. We find ourselves with the bases loaded here in the first inning as Josue Feliciano steps up to bat as Sam joins us again.
I charged this battery to full right before the game. I don't know why it dies so quickly.
Opportunity to do some damage here for the Blue Sox.
And the pitch. Outside, gets away from the catcher, and this is going to be a run scored on a pass ball.
You hate to see that, especially as the pitcher. He made a decent pitch, fastball on the outside part. Seemed very catchable. It just kind of went through like there was a hole in his glove, Sam.
Yeah.
don't want to give away those easy ones, especially in the first inning of the game.
Especially when you got a team that's dominated you as much as the Blue Sox have, you gotta you want to keep the game as competitive as possible, and it's not going to happen there with plays like that. As it's fouled onto Worthing Road, we have an official broadcast. 1-1 to Sway.
He's been doing a decent job, Hamill, with that slider inside so far. I mean, he's been missing mostly, but no damage really.
No, he hasn't really hung one.
No.
But at the same time, he hasn't really got one in a good spot other than the back foot on, as that's backhanded by the catcher Dombrowski, and it's 2-1. So Sway, chance to double the Blue Sox lead if he can get one into the outfield with Rojas on third and Goodwin Boyd on second. And the pitch. Check swing. It's on the outside corner. 2-2.
Looked like a backdoor slider.
There you go. Is like you definitely on a 2-1 pitch is probably one of the better times for it.
Absolutely.
2-2 to Sway, and the pitch up and away. Full count.
That looked like another spinner that just got away from him there.
Derlin to Haight on deck. Hamill comes set. The payoff pitch. Foul tipped into the mitt of Dombrowski for strike 3, and that ends the inning. The Blue Sox get 2 runs on 3 hits and leave 2. After 1 complete, Blue Sox 2. Trojans nothing. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. Want LSP to tape or broadcast your team's games? Rates start at just $50 per game. Visit localsportsproductions.com/services or email sam@localsportsproductions.com for more information. Here we go at the top of the second with the middle third of the order due up for Arlington: Kyle Hood, Jack Kingman, and Morgan Brown. So what a contrast for the Blue Sox pitcher Matt Karras and the Arlington pitcher Hamill in the first inning as that drops in there for strike 1 to Kyle Hood.
Karras first pitch slider there.
Yeah, Karras needed 14 pitches, but it seemed a lot faster than a 14-pitch inning. This is guy to center field. Ferguson going. For playing quarterback and safety and wide receiver and whatever Coach Ty wanted to play. And what Coach Ty always said was a win is a win is a win. As there's another first pitch slider for strike 1. That's down and in.
Definitely not sure how to use his breaking ball as Karras. He's able to locate it pretty well. I mean,
although they did look like they hung a little bit, those first two first pitch sliders. That's inside 2-1.
Well, you know, Sam, as the pitchers say, it's the get me over first pitch slider, especially first time around the order. You can kind of get away with a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Fastball on the outside corner, it's 2-2. So Karras threw half as many pitches as Hamill did in the first inning. As it swung on, missed strike 3. Second strikeout. Second strikeout from Matty, and there's 2 down. But what's interesting is that the ball-to-strike ratio for both pitchers is about even. Karras threw 14 pitches, only 7 for strikes in the first inning. And Hamill threw 26 pitches, 14 for strikes. As that is swung on and missed by Morgan Brown, the longtime Arlington Trojan shortstop. And he will step out. That's outside, 1-1. Brown is only playing his second game with the Trojans this year, but he has been with the team since its inception in 2010. This is a broken bat looper into shallow left center, and it gets down for a base hit past the reach of Curley. So there's the first base hit.
See the blood on that one, Sam.
First base hit for the Trojans. Comes with 2 down. In the top of the second. And that'll bring up Kyle Dombrowski, the catcher.
See if Dombrowski can make up for his catching woes last inning as he let a run played across there on a pass ball.
That is up and away for ball 1 to Dombrowski.
One of the bigger frames on the Trojans team, it seems like.
Dombrowski is playing in his 5th game. He's batting 100, 1 for 10, with 2 walks and 5 strikeouts. Down in 2-0. Now, Karras starting to fall into a little bit of the trap that he was falling into in the first inning. That's inside 3-0.
That one looked a little bit better to me, Sam. It looked like a 2-seamer with some late movement, but
definitely inside, though. 3-0. And the pitch. High ball for a 4-pitch walk issued by Matt Karras. And this is not something we usually see out of Matty K.
No, the veteran Matt Karras definitely is prowess on making hitters swing the bat and using his fielders behind him.
So 2 on, 2 down for John Smokovich, the right fielder. Smokovich has only played in 2 games this season. And it is 2 for 10 with a run scored. Another ball. Infield playing back, third baseman Russo guarding the line. That'll front door him for strike 1. Now you're back in the strike zone. And against the 8-hitter, you can be a little more aggressive when you have 2 runners on. Fouls that one away, and it's 1-2. That took a chunk out of the bleachers at Harold Crum Field. Karras looks at second and comes home with it. Reached for and fouled away again.
Same pitch, same result there.
Including the sound effect beyond right field. Breaking ball goes over his head, and it's 2-2. Let that slider go a little too early. 2-2, 2 on, 2 out. Little excuse me swing down the left field line that almost got it into the corner.
Almost dotted that there. Couldn't be on the cutout.
Couldn't have thrown that one any better.
No.
And Sway was playing way off the line, too. Not way off the line, but enough that it could have been trouble. May have played it, too. Upstairs, full count.
That one looked like it had a little bit more fuzz on it, Sam, if you didn't notice.
So the runners will be off with this pitch with the designated hitter Alex Irwin, the number 9 hitter, due up next. The payoff pitch left away. Karras fires to second. Wow!
What a play. Knew the runners were going as he sprints off. does the step behind move and hoses him a perfect throw there to Ross Curley for the slap tag, and that'll do it for the inning.
Not how you usually expect to see an inning end on a 3-2 pitch.
Not at all.
Of a 1-6 pickoff, but the Blue Sox will take it. After 1.5, Blue Sox 2, Trojans nothing is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. You can follow Local Sports Productions on the web at www.localsportsproductions.com, facebook.com/localsportsproductions, and on Twitter at LSP37. And be sure to click the subscribe button on the LSP YouTube channel to be notified when new broadcasts go live. So here we go to the bottom of the second with the 8-9-1 hitters to up Derlin Tejeda, Chris Ruocco, and Jeff Costello.
I don't know if you previously mentioned before, Sam, but Derlin Tejeda, newly a American United States citizen.
Last week, right after catching a very good game against Reading, and that's strike one. To Derlin 0-1. Derlin batting .222 with a double and an RBI as the Blue Sox bench doesn't like that strike call. It's 0-2. Taken outside for ball one.
So as we come to find out, Andrew Hamill, pitcher for the Arlington Trojans, attends Stevens College in New York and was an attendee of Central Catholic, where he had a pretty good career as he induces a broken bat dribbler to himself, throws it over, makes the play.
Oh man, I might be out of a job soon. One down over Chris Ruocco. Yeah, Central Catholic, did they make Super 8 this year? I think they did. Well, 5 Catholic schools did, but
one of those being my alma mater, that is St. John's Prep.
Losing St. John Shrewsbury in the finals.
Yeah, let's not talk about that.
That's low to rock, ball one. Chris is batting only .150, but is tied for the team lead in RBIs with 4. He pops this one foul over the screen and out of play to even the count at 1. Yeah, there are a lot of with Rick having gone to St. John's Prep and Holy Cross, he's got connections there to bring in some good players to the Blue Sox. I mean, Pete Frates went to St. John's Prep. Tommy Hall went to St. John's Prep. Obviously Alex Wojcik and Thomas Russo from Holy Cross. Check swing. They appealed. He went around, says the infield umpire. And that'll be strike 3.
Sam, to be honest with you, I thought he checked that with ease, but what are you going to do? Sometimes the umps, the mosquitoes come out and the calls start, making the game go.
He's saying it's not me. Line turns over for Costello, struck out 3 pitches. Maybe thinking of bunting his way on, but the pitch skips at the plate, and it's ball 1. Grounder to the right side, fielded by the second baseman. He has a hard time fielding it, and it'll fire onto first, and I think that's going to be an E4.
I do too, Sam. You know, it was a dribbler right at him. Got eaten up a little bit, and his chest bounced down to the ground, and with Costello's wheels, it's pretty tough to make up for that miscue.
So the inning is alive for Thomas Russo, and let's see if he can make him pay. They have two Blue Sox runs scored on defensive miscues. One Blue Sox run scored on defensive miscue already with the pass balls chopped right back to the pitcher Hamill. No sense sweating that anymore, as on one pitch Russo is retired, and so is the side after two complete. Blue Sox 2, Trojans nothing. Is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. You can follow the Blue Sox on the web at www.lexingtonbluesox.com, facebook.com/LexingtonBlueSox, and on Twitter and Instagram at BlueSox_ICL. So here we go to the top of the third, and it'll be 8-9-1 due up for the Trojans in John Smokovich, Alex Irwin, and Ryan Hood. Smokovich is hoping to drive a 3-2 pitch for maybe a game-tying double or something last inning, but it never came to him as they picked off Morgan Brown. So the first pitch to Smokovich is reached for and fouled away for strike one.
Yeah, you know, Sam, being behind the plate here, announcing with you, you really don't understand how quick Matt Karras does work and how fast this game goes when he's on the bump.
I mean you're another pitcher's popped up to Karras, and he puts the squeeze on it.
Little out number one. Dash of Bartolo Colon there as he's jumping off the mound.
Oh, stop it. Let me know when he hits one off the facing of the Western Metal Supply Company building. Then we'll talk about the Bartolo Colon comparisons. So here's Alex Irwin as he takes a big cut and misses for strike one.
Healthy hack there, but nothing but air. Sweeping slider, no good.
Gets away from Derlin, but you'd rather that happen now than with runners on base.
That's for sure.
That's fouled away, 1-2. Karras threw 21 pitches last inning, and that is on the inside corner for strike three, two down.
Front door slider froze him. Down he goes.
The ball-to-strike ratio the first two innings, if you look at it, like 18 strikes, 17 balls through the first two innings. It's very un-Karras-like. On what now?
Uncharacteristic is what he said. I'll take Jeff Blount on that one. That's his word. Puts the TM behind that.
0-2 the count. Ryan Hood struck out looking to begin the ball game. Backdoor slider dives too far down, and it's 1-2.
Tries to go away with the heater. Misses outside.
like I was going to say, you mentioned sitting back here, it gives you a real appreciation for how fast Karras works. Is that's fouled off according to the home plate umpire.
Looked like he swung and missed there.
Yeah, I thought he did too. But he could easily be on first base right now.
Absolutely.
But umpire bails out Karras there and Derlin. But I mean, how do you think fielders feel working behind Karras? Is that ball free? Okay.
Yeah, well, I think it's beneficial for the fielders, so they stay in the game longer. There's not as much breaks and stops. I've heard some fielders complaining, for example, people like Clay Buchholz, who used to take a long time in between pitches. David Price.
Mm-hmm. Grounded to first, and Goodwin Boyd will erase the two-out walk, and the side is retired after 2.5. Blue Sox 2, Arlington nothing. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. Coverage of Blue Sox baseball on LSP continues Friday night at 7:55 p.m. when the Blue Sox host the Melrose Americans. Watch live at localsportsproductions.com/live, then stream again the next day at localsportsproductions.com/on-demand or on YouTube. So here we go to the bottom of the third, as we will have 2, 3, and 4, 3, 4, and 5 due up. Ross Curley, Taylor Ferguson, and Dorian Rojas. Sam Feely here with you. Rob DeFranco, guest starring tonight. Yeah, your mic's on.
Uh-huh.
And that's fouled away for strike one to Ross, who popped up to first.
Yeah, Sam, I really appreciate you having me back here tonight. As I said before, I did have a little bit of experience, except for basketball. Obviously, I was a player at Bates College, so couldn't do both like I can here, fortunately. But appreciate you having me. It's always a pleasure.
I'm a man of the people. I try to give people what they want.
Been doing a great job so far, and really helped the Lexington Blue Sox.
0-2 as that last pitch was foul tipped into the mid, and he swings and misses for strike three. So Andrew Hamill's really settled down since the two runs in the first inning.
I mean, not too many hard hit balls off Hamilton.
No, not at all.
Besides Ross's, I believe it was, the one hopper on the hit and run.
All three hits have been singles for the Blue Sox. This is
just underneath it,
towered into center field. And he flies out to his center fielder counterpart Mansfield for a quick out number 2. Blue Sox, did a good job working the count the first inning. They got to get back into that mode here against Hamilton if they want to pad their lead. Because we were talking about how the Blue Sox dominated the Trojans in the past, but never take anyone for granted, as Rick has said.
Can never assume victory here. Got to earn it.
That's down into Dorian, 1-0. Dorian singled home the first Blue Sox run in the first.
Great piece of hitting there before in the first inning. I believe it was just a single up the middle.
Yep.
Didn't try to do too much with it. Had 2 strikes on him, so.
Grounded to the right side, and a great diving stop by Hood. And he makes the play himself for the out that retires the side. We've had some great defense by both teams thus far, and after 3 complete, we're just rolling right along here. Blue Sox 2, Trojans nothing. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. Advertising opportunities are available on LSP. Get your company's message on air or on localsportsproductions.com for as little as $25 per ad. Visit localsportsproductions.com/advertising or email sam@localsportsproductions.com for more information. I'm just amazed by how quickly Matt Karras can get ready for an inning. It's just insane.
It's remarkable. It really is.
Like we talk about like Chris Sale, being a fast worker for the Red Sox. I don't think even he takes that. Doesn't get ready for an inning that quickly.
Less than 30 seconds, I feel like. Infielders get a practice throw in?
Barely time to set up the scoreboard for the next inning. On the screen, as that's upstairs 2-0. Two Kyle Blue Jays flew out to left, and Karras has only 1-2-3 innings thus far. And Blue Jays not happy with himself for not going after that one. It's 2-1. Foul off the dish, and it's 2-2. No runs, one hit, one error, 3 men left for the Trojans. 2 runs, 3 hits, none since the first. No errors and 3 men left for the Blue Sox. So a pitcher's duel. As this is just out of the reach of Karras, and Rocco tries to back him up, but that'll be a base hit for Blue Jays. And for the first time tonight, the leadoff man is aboard. Jeff Loud in the live chat. Great hair, Rob. We don't even have a camera on.
We don't have a camera here in the booth.
Yeah. We don't have a camera. Well, technically we have my webcam, but it's not set up for the stream. So.
Yeah, 1 year at a time, right, Sam? Maybe one day we'll have the rotating camera that goes from the field to the.
Yeah, one day I'll be broadcasting the NCAA tournament.
That one plunks Kyle Hood, but no need to worry. That man is a meathead. Former second baseman for Franklin Pierce.
So first and second, nobody out. Karras needs a double play ball, and it'll spin back for second, looking for a second pickoff.
Could have had him there, too. He was jumping across.
But Rocco was not there at the bag.
Scores the bunt.
Bunting with the 5-man, and it goes foul for strike one.
Looked like it hit him in the box. Noticeably improved catching skills from Derlin Tejada over the past year.
And batting as well.
Really working on his game. He a lot of passion for the game, Tejada.
He's like Rick's son sometimes.
Most of the time. I believe he's a DeAngelis resident.
In the dirt. 1-1.
As a pitcher in this situation, they always say, you hear from the dugout, let him bunt it. But, the competitive forces, they stay in you, and you don't want to. And now you can do things like that.
And now the bunt is definitely off here. And like in the Intercity League, obviously, Rick will do this too. He'll bunt with whoever he needs to in the line. He's not just going to bunt with the 8 or the 9 hitter, but at the same time, if you're a contact hitter, if you're a double hitter, if you're a power hitter, you're not used to bunting, and that's why you get results like that and a called third strike
on slider on the outside part there from Karras. No swing, and he's heading back to the dugout.
Yeah. This is why you hardly bunting your 5 hitter. Sure, it gets second and third one out if you get it down, but here's Morgan Brown.
I was always taught in high school, if you can't bunt, you can't hit. It starts with bunting.
This is Sky down the right field line, and this is going to get down in fair territory, but the runners are just going to go station to station, and a close play back at the bag at first, as Costello got it back to
very Boyd by Costello there. He was able to bat it down, jump on it, and he likes to do that backdoor throw to first base to make sure that base runner's not taking an aggressive turn. See if he can get a little tricky on him. I've seen him do it a few times now.
But now the bases are loaded with only one out, although by now the Trojans could have gotten a run on the board if they had kept running on that play. Down and away to Kyle Dombrowski for ball one. Dombrowski walked his first time up in the second. Karras delivers. This is grounded off the pitcher's mound. Curly steps on second. Fires on the first. Another inning-ending double play.
Very tailor-made there. You couldn't ask for a better ball. Very heads-up play, too, by Matty Karras. He was about to go for it and said, you know what, that's a double play ball. Very good job laying off of it. Sometimes instincts come in. You want to put a glove on it, and it ruins the whole play. You might bat it, might go off. The shortstop's headed in one direction, the ball's in the other. But no, that time, made a great decision. Double play ball.
So after 3.5, we're halfway home. It is still the Blue Sox 2 and the Trojans nothing. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. Want LSP to tape or broadcast your team's games? Rates start at just $50 per game. Visit localsportproductions.com/services or email sam@localsportproductions.com for more information. All right, it's time for the bottom of the fourth. And it'll be Sam Goodwin, Boyd, Josue Feliciano, and Derlin Tejeda due up. Goodwin Boyd walked his first time up in the first. As that's in there for strike one. I want to go back to that play down the right field line on the last base hit for the Trojans. As the pitch is grounded to the left side, and there's the first base hit since the first for the Blue Sox. But I feel like if the runners that were on first and second were looking at that ball, they should have seen pretty easily that Costello, even with his wheels, wasn't going to catch up to that. At least one run should have scored on that play, I think.
I don't know. I mean, it's tough play to read. Costello did have a good beat on it, so you never know with him because he can lay out and make that catch.
Mm-hmm. I still thought it was like too far in front of him, though. As Sway gets the bunt down in front of the pitcher, he'll look to second and now go to first. It's a close play, and Sway nearly beats it off.
Yeah.
Beats it out.
Good footwork there by Hood, the younger Hood, the second baseman there. You know, tough one to read there, Sam. I really don't think there's a right or wrong, but this time in the game, sometimes you want to be a little bit more aggressive as a base runner.
Mm-hmm. So here's Derlin with a chance to extend the lead that the Blue Sox would love. They finally had their first hit since the first. Goodwin Boyd at second in scoring position. And that is down and away for ball one.
Yeah, I don't think there's been one extra base hit this game, Sam.
No, it's been all singles and walks and hit and pass ball and hit batsmen.
Yeah.
It's
Small ball for sure.
Derlin trying to change that with one swing, but comes up empty. And
That's an organic, healthy hack there from Tejada, number 13. And just a little high for him.
I like to say, going for Bedford with that swing. And spinning back towards second is Hamill. Goodwin Boyd back without a throw. 1-1 count. One out. Runner at second. Bottom of the fourth. Blue Sox looking to extend their 2-0 lead that they've had since the first. Second baseman. Well, this is lined down the left field line. That is a foul ball.
And Derlin on that play, too, he tried to call time. He had his hand up, reacted quickly to a breaker, and like we said before, he couldn't have thrown it closer to the line.
I was looking at Ricky Anderson, the third base coach, box, who's waving Goodwin Boyd around, and he had a dramatic stop of the waving motion when the home plate umpire called a foul ball.
Oh, man. I didn't see that.
So 1-2 to Derlin. See, don't want to overcompensate and foul one the other way, though. Takes inside with the cutter there, and it's 2-2. Chris Rocco on deck. Derlin would like to trade places with Goodwin Boyd. And he won't do it there. He'll foul it in the screen,
too. A couple nice swings this at-bat here from Tejada. We'll see if it pans out.
I think the Blue Sox have been getting underneath too many balls thus far tonight.
There have been a lot of pop-ups foul so far, you know.
I mean, there's only been
adjustment.
There's only been two actual air outs, but like, yeah. A little bit in the center field, that will get down for a base hit. Goodwin Boyd has to hold it third because of the approach Mansfield took to the ball.
Good-looking swing there from Tejada. I knew it. He had a few. He was right on it. That whole at-bat paid off for the kid. Here comes Chris Rocco, number 1 from Wheaton College.
One of three, as I say, one of three former Lexington High School shortstops in the lineup. But if you have Sal Frelick in the lineup later in the season, you have 4. Yeah, Sal Frelick, I got to call a couple of his football games last fall. I said, Boston College, are you sure you wanted for baseball? He looked amazing
really
out of the spread offense that George Peterson has. That swung on Mr. Strike One. This was against Reading, a team that dominated Lexington for years, and he just tore them up.
Really? Like 100-yard game?
Try 200 rushing as a quarterback. Rocco tries to get the squeeze down, and it's fouled off for strike 2.
Good read there by Goodwin Boyd. It looked like I turned around. He was already at home plate.
He and Ben Quinn and Spencer Kendall are a three-headed monster for the Lexington offense, and they had their best season since 2003, actually, when they won the Middlesex League Championship. And they have Quint and Frelick coming back next year, so they could be even better. And there's going to be another pass ball is going to allow a run to score. The second
was.
Have you ever seen 2 runs score on pass balls in one game?
No, and it's to both sides of the plate, the forehand side, the backhand side for the catcher, and they just couldn't handle it.
Yeah, I know, right? So 3-0. That also takes the double play out of the equation. And Rocco flares this one in the right field. It's down for a base hit, and again, with these little duck snorts, as Hawk Harrelson called these little dying quails, whatever metaphor you want to use for these leaders, preventing the Blue Sox from doing more running on the bases. They have to, and we saw with Arlington as well. So last inning on the plate of Costello. So there haven't been a whole lot of hard hit balls, as we've said, and it's. I don't know how much of a difference it's making in the score right now, but 3-0, 2 runs scoring on passed balls this game. And here is Jeff Costello. And he lines this one down the right field line. That's going to get
the extra base hit.
That's going to be our first extra base hit of the ball game. Rocco's being waved around third. The throw to the infield.
Number 7 run, Jeff Costello.
Into third with a triple.
Wow, you can just see him going right across your screen, folks. He has some wheels, arguably the fastest player on the Blue Sox, recently named the ISL Player of the Year. And he is a commit to Northeastern University, a future Husky. Just a great athlete.
So the Blue Sox now up 5-0.
Just what they needed there. We were just talking about the station to station from all those bloopers, and there you have it, the triple.
Finally, the big blow of the ball game, a 2-run triple by Jeff Costello. And that's not the first time we've said that, a big 2-run triple from Jeff Costello. That happened against
Reading.
Reading, yeah.
Last week.
Yep. As that's in there for strike one. One and one.
Bats, you know, between Derlin Tejada and Chris Rocco. Fisting balls left and right, and there you go. Oh.
And that hit him.
There's it. Was that off of his guard? You know?
So once again, first and third, and I don't know, but I think if you're a Blue Sox fan, this is more of what you expected coming into this game against the Trojans. This is grounded past the third baseman, Boudreaux into left field for a base hit. Costello can waltz home, and it's 6-0.
Slider that hung that time. He tried to go inside with it, stayed in the middle of the plate. Ross Curley was all over it.
And here comes Ed McDonald.
No action in the Trojan bullpen.
Yeah, we were talking about how they didn't have many players here shortly before game time.
You wonder what the bullpen.
Yeah, exactly. Like, actually, I think the only guy who's on the bench right now is Joe Hart, the one of the coaches for the Arlington Trojans.
Yeah, they might have to buy a bullpen pitcher from the Blue Sox. We're loaded over here, huh?
Including one who's on the microphone. Still only one out in the inning. And this one squirts away from the catcher, Dombrowski. Throw down to third. Safe.
Great read there by Russo. And the catching woes continue here for the Arlington Trojans. I wonder if he's having some trouble seeing. I know there is some shadows. As a pitcher, I have some trouble picking up the signs when it gets a little later in the game, but no excuses, really.
That's a third pass ball. That's in there for strike one.
Seems like Taylor Ferguson's a little overdue for an extra base hit. Have you been studying that more than I have, Sam? What do you think?
Well, he does have one home run to his credit this year. Of course, this is one of the harder ballparks to drive one out of.
That is very true.
Now it's 2-1. Although in Julian Alvarez's first year, he hit one of the longest balls I've ever seen hit here, out to the bleachers beyond right center. This is grounded to short. This could be two. Underhand to second. Throw on to first, and there is a much-needed double play for Andrew Hamill. The side is retired, but not before the Blue Sox score 4 runs on 1, 2, 3, 5 hits and leave 2. After 4 complete, it is the Blue Sox 6 and the Trojans nothing. It's Blue Sox baseball on LSP. You can follow Local Sports Productions on the web at www.localsportsproductions.com, facebook.com/localsportsproductions, and on Twitter at LSP37. Top of the fifth, the Blue Sox get that big inning they were looking for, and have a 6-0 cushion with the 8-9-1 hitters who have John Smokovich, Alex Irwin, and Ryan Hood.
Just had a special request there from catcher Alex Wojtek, as that one skied into right field.
And
Alex says, "Hi, Mom." So, Mom, if you're listening.
Hi, Mrs. Wojtek.
Hi, Mrs. Wojtek.
One pitch, one out as Smokovich flies out to right. He's now 0 for 2, and that'll bring up Alex Irwin, who struck out looking his first time up in the third. No runs, 3 hits, 1 error, 5 men left for the Trojans. They have had plenty of opportunities, and they have come up empty as that swung on and missed for strike one.
Well, you know, you look at it, the big double play ball last inning, you look at the big pickoff move there by Karras. That's 2 threatening situations just stalled immediately.
Meanwhile, for the Blue Sox, 6 runs, 8 hits, no errors, and only 4 men left. Funny how you have 6 runs, 8 hits, and you only left 4. The opposition has 0 runs and 3 were hits, and has left 5.
You can look at it like that, or you can look at it like the ones that aren't left are the ones on the scoreboard.
Down and in, 2-2.
Catch my drift there?
Yep. In the end, as that's an excuse-me swing, and he couldn't hold back. And
Excuse you is right.
2 down. You know, similar to the thought that I mentioned about Coach Ty saying a win is a win is a win. In the end, the only stat that matters is the final score.
That's right.
It's foul to the right now to play. Doesn't matter how you win as long as you get there. Ryan Hood, 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout thus far. This is grounded past Karras. A diving stop by Walker, fires to first, and the throw goes out of play. He should have eaten that one.
Great effort, though.
Great effort, but again, it's going to...
Hey, one thing I do say is you do have a garage door at first base, so you can actually afford to make that play in that scenario, you know?
I think it's going to be a hit in E4. And this is lined up the middle. Curly Fields fires on to first, and the error is erased. The Blue Sox defense doing a great job tonight.
Rolling.
After 4.5, Blue Sox 6, Trojans nothing. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. You can follow the Blue Sox on the web at www.lexingtonbluesox.com, facebook.com/LexingtonBlueSox, and on Twitter and Instagram at BlueSox_ICL. Looks like we're going to have some substitutions coming up for the Blue Sox. Dorian Rojas is going to lead things off. And then Alex Wojtek is in the on-deck circle. As there is now action warming for the Trojans, but that's way down the right field foul line as opposed to in the designated bullpen. But, you know, teams have complained about there not being much light there when it gets late.
Up in our bullpen before.
Yeah. So here's Dorian, who was 1 for 2 with an RBI single.
It's funny you mention that because I didn't see him prior to the inning, I was going to say.
No, he wasn't even warming last inning, and now he just started warming. So that's ball 1 to Dorian.
I got to wonder how many pitches Hamill's at this point.
I can tell you in a little bit. Threes. And Dorian fouls that one away. It's not as high as you think it would be because the Blue Sox were so aggressive in the count last inning. Yeah. 67 pitches for Hamill. Thank you, Bruce Hack. Fouled off, and it's 1-2 to Dorian.
Seems like that one had a little bit more mustard on it.
Some pitchers just throw harder as the game progresses. It's weird. Like,
I wish I was one of those some pitchers.
2-2. There was Randy Johnson, Max Scherzer, and Justin Verlander, probably two of the pitchers I know who are famous for being able to throw harder as the game progresses. Good throw there and field by Brown for out number 1.
Seems like he rolled over that one a little bit, got caught reaching. Should probably try to send that ball the opposite way, but can't always do what we want.
So here's Alex Wojcik to pinch hit for Sam Goodwin-Boyd.
Mrs. Wojtek, tune in now, as we said hello earlier.
Yep.
V8 is up to bat.
And he takes low ball 1, and there's another ball that gets away from Dombrowski. Although if there were a base runner, that would have been a wild pitch. I don't think he...
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
That
skipped off the ump's pads and the catcher's pads.
Yep. That's low 2-0.
Yeah, Alex Wojtek, not as much action behind the plate so far this season. He caught a heck of a lot of games for Holy Cross as they made an incredible run this spring. Sam, tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, they won their first Patriot League championship since, I believe, 1976.
That's history for us.
And you know, they beat a top 25 team in Nebraska in an elimination game in the regional at Corvallis. And by any measure, it was a successful season for Holy Cross in Alex's final season with the Crusaders.
I believe he caught almost 60 games for the Crusaders as well.
Yeah, so he needs the breather as he swings and misses for strike 3.
Did get a hold of one a few weeks ago over in Somerville.
Oh yeah. I was there for that one. There was a couple home runs that game. Eduardo Soto cranked one and kind of styled and profiled after the swing,
to say the least.
Ball 1 to Sway. Sway is 0 for 1. 1-1 now the count to him.
Big swing there from number 21.
Struck out swinging to end the first, laid down a sacrifice bunt in the big 4th inning. Check swing, he appealed, and he went around.
Yeah, that umpire's not afraid to raise his fist over there in the first baseline on the check swings tonight, Sam.
Yeah, he definitely went around, though, so it's 1-2. Not much debate there. And he fouls that one off, and it remains 1-2. So at the top of the 6th, the Trojans will have a hardly order to up the 3, 4, and 5 hitters, Boudreaux, Kyle Hood, and Kingman. And the pitch to Sway. Check swing, it's down and in.
Looks like we have some action over in the Blue Sox bullpen.
Yeah, Tony Anino getting warm.
Big lefty attended Arizona State University.
Yep. Swing and a miss at an off-speed pitch away. That ends the inning. Blue Sox go in order after 5 complete. Blue Sox 6, Trojans nothing. It's Blue Sox baseball on LSP. Coverage of Blue Sox baseball on LSP continues Friday night at 7:55 p.m. when the Blue Sox host the Melrose Americans. Watch live at localsportsproductions.com/live, then stream the game the next day at localsportsproductions.com/on-demand or on YouTube.
Matty Karras goes on for the 6th.
Blue Sox haven't really gotten a whole lot of long outings from their pitchers this year. They've been trying to get as many pitchers involved in these games early in the season. This is a good now 5-inning effort from Karras. This is being chased down by Ferguson. He stumbles. It goes all the way to the fence. On his way to second is Boudreaux. He will hold there with a leadoff double, and there's the first extra base hit of the game for the Trojans.
You know, it seemed like that ball off the bat was hit weakly, but it just kept on carrying through and ended up two-hopping the fence, causing a little trouble for Ferguson out there in center field.
Which is interesting considering, it's at night, and by default the ball's going to carry that much. And it's also a little humid tonight, so it's amazing that the ball did carry as much as it did, considering how it was hit off the bat. As that's down and in to Kyle Hood for ball 1. Hood was hit by a pitch his last time up, 0-for-1 overall. On the outside corner, it's 1-1.
We got a couple double-barrel action going on here in the Blue Sox bullpen.
And Nino is sat down, but Bill Christopher is warming up.
Alongside Chris Law.
Breaking ball on the misses inside, and it's 2-1. Foul to the left and out of play, and it's 2-2. So this is likely Matt's last inning, considering he's seen 3 different pitchers warm up in the bullpen in the last couple of frames. Little check swing, a nice leaping catch by Alex Wojtek, who's taken over at first base, and there's one down.
Kind of a funny-looking baseball play, if you ask me, Sam.
Yeah, well, excuse me, swing, blooper, and the catcher playing first base makes the play. We have some other defensive changes for the Blue Sox. Justin Silvestro is now playing at third base. We have Alex at first. And as this is grounded down the right field line and foul for strike 1. Well, do we have anything else, Bruce? Jake Wilsley at second base.
I believe he is a new Blue Sox.
Yes, he is. He was just added to the roster today.
Talked to him. I introduced myself earlier. Jake is from Newton, Massachusetts, and attended Tulane University, so some Division I talent. Nothing that the Blue Sox haven't seen before.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of Blue Sox talent, that's a check swing. He went around, and Derlin rainbows it to first. He was ready to throw to third, and changed course, so it's 2 down. And that'll bring up Morgan Brown as Kingman is retired. Brown is 2 for 2 with 2 singles. And he and Boudreaux have been the forefront of the Trojans' offense, or what they've had anyways. As that's fouled off for strike 1. As ready to sprint for third was Boudreaux, but plate umpire said foul ball. 0-1 the count to Morgan Brown.
Good stop there by Derlin.
Brown has consistently been one of the Trojans' best hitters, since he's been with the club since its inception. I'm surprised they've added the number 6 slot. As this is grounded to short, Curley fires to first, nearly beating it out.
Looks like a closer play than it had to be.
Yeah, exactly. But the side is retired. Karras has gone through 6 scoreless, and after 5.5, it is still Blue Sox 6 and the Trojans nothing. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. Advertising opportunities are available on LSP. Get your company's message on air or on localsportsproductions.com for as little as $25 per ad. Visit localsportsproductions.com/advertising or email Sam at localsportsproductions.com for more information.
Also, if you'd like to listen to the game in Spanish, please press the SAT button. Buenas noches, amigos.
I was actually talking to Derwin about having like some sort of SAP feed, that requires a lot of equipment I don't have right now. So, all right, watch this ad, folks. So here we go to the bottom of the sixth with a new pitcher. It's the man who started the game is the DH, Alex Irwin. Darlington Tater to lead things off. To be followed by Jake Wilsley and Jeff Costello. And Darlington grounds this one up the middle for a base hit.
Collects his second base hit of the ball game for Tejada, also known as El Lobo.
So here's Jake Wilsley getting his first at-bat in a Blue Sox uniform.
Yes, welcome to the Blue Sox club, Jake. We'll see what you can do for us.
He was second team All-American Conference in 2016. Went to the Rivers School. He's from Chestnut Hill. And that's up and away for ball one. Wilsley in his career with the Green Wave. His best year was in 2016 when he hit 10 home runs and 31 RBIs and slugged .535 with a .265 average.
Sounds like some promising numbers.
1-1 the count to Wilsley. And he fouls that one off to make it 1-2.
Start to feel the bugs out here in the booth now.
Oh, yeah. Oh, jeez. I got plenty of bites at the last game. Just had to wear high socks for a couple of days.
Definitely bring the off bug spray.
Oh, yeah, we have to bring the citronella candles. This is over the first baseman's head, down the right field line. Derwin is on his way to third. Wilsley's on his way to second. And it is a double down the right field line. It is his first career at bat for the Blue Sox. Welcome to the Blue Sox, Jake Wilsley.
Sounds like a good recruit thus far. And here comes Costello with another opportunity to do some damage.
And a two-run triple his last time up. That's upstairs for ball one to Costello. 1 for 3. Also reached on an error in the second. Struck out looking in the first. Costello had hit his third triple of the season earlier.
That's got to lead the league.
Yeah. Let's just confirm that. We have the batting leaders up here somewhere. Yeah, that ties him for the lead with Bobby Lozano of Wakefield, who's having a remarkable season for the surprising Wakefield Merchants, who are 7-4 coming into action tonight.
Yeah, Bobby Lozano's a speedster from PB. I remember competing against him in high school. He's always a pretty good hitter.
And time is called. I couldn't tell if that was Costello or if that was...
Kind of a long pause there from the pitcher. I'm assuming it's Costello.
Yeah. Second and third. Slider breaks across the outside corner for strike two. Costello now has the team leading RBIs with 5 with his 2 tonight. And he chops that one foul. Might have gotten a piece of his chest there. And little bonus we want to mention to you folks, LSP is going to have at least the first game of the 2017 Eastern Mass Amateur Baseball All-Star Classic on Saturday, live from UMass Ball. As that gets through for a base hit, Derlin hesitated, going home. He will score. Coming home is Wellesley. He will score standing up, and it's going to be a single. And advancing to second on the throw is Costello. What a game he's having. It's 8-0.
Heads up base running there from Wilsey. I didn't even think the left fielder knew he was going to come across. He almost chased Derlin down to home plate. Silvestro comes in. He took over at third base last inning. Another Wheaton product.
Yep, Silvestro. Getting 21 RBIs last year to lead the team. And Stroh comes up empty for strike one. Stroh is batting .227 with 3 RBIs this season. Still nobody out here in the sixth. This is chopped to second, fielded by Hood, and he fires on to his brother, and he's safe.
Some trouble over there at second base from number 10, the younger Hood. Two errors on the night. I believe that's his second.
Yeah, it's the second error.
As we jump out to an 8-0 lead.
So here's Ross Curley. Slider at the top of the strike zone for strike one, but in an 8-0 game, you can afford to take that kind of pitch.
Absolutely. As you can see here in the batter's box, Eduardo Soto on deck.
He's going to pinch hit for Taylor Ferguson.
Clutch base hit the other night also against Reading, the walk-off win.
And it's a little looper into right field. In comes Smokovich. Towards the line, he makes the catch. Tagging is Costello. He dropped it. Wow!
That's what happens when you take your eye off the ball at the last second. You take your eye off the ball at the last second as an announcer.
Yeah.
In both scenarios there, Sam.
So E9, and it's 9-0.
Back-to-back errors there for the Trojans. Does not look good.
So that would that's going to be a sacrifice fly in E9.
Very unique stance from Soto. High leg.
Whoa!
Bat is let go. It flies into the stands. Heads up, people.
Whoa!
High leg kick, high bat fly. A little bit of a Manny Machado syndrome. Soto retars his bat. And you can see as he steps up to the plate, as I was mentioning, his stance. Not a lot of fingers on the bat. Kind of a Kevin Youkilis approach.
Kind of like playing the like a bow, like a bow on a violin, kind of playing the violin. Cal Ripken did the same thing.
Stands pretty straight up as well.
There's still nobody out in the inning. There should be two, though.
Definitely should be two.
Yeah, the error by the second baseman, Ryan Hood, and then you have the error by the right fielder, Smokovich, on back-to-back batters. 1-2 the count. Foul off.
Soto definitely does not cheat himself up at the plate. And Nino back working in the pen alongside Bill Chris.
That gets away from the catcher, Dombrowski, and up to second and third. No need to go further than that. Silvestro and Curley. 9-0 our score. Bottom of the sixth, still nobody out. And like we said, there should be two errors on the last two batters. That's low, full count. This is grounded to short, fielded by the shortstop. Brown fires on to first. In time, one down, but a run does score. It's Silvestro, and it is 10-0.
You know, that ball was stung pretty hard, Sam. Good job by Morgan Brown staying down on it. With this field, sometimes it can be tricky because it does play pretty hard in the infield. As you can see from Ryan Hood, having some trouble at second base, but his counterpart makes the play.
Connor Green will pinch hit here for Dorian Rojas.
Connor Green attended Denison University and then transferred to Franklin and
he slays this one into left field, and that's going to get down. One run will score. Green is on his way to second. He takes a wide turn and heads back to first.
Very aggressive turn there by Connor Green, but holds up. Picks up the RBI single to left center.
11-0. So that'll bring up Alex Wojcik to bat, as the eighth man to bat in the inning with still only one out. And he takes strike one. Wojcik struck out swinging his first time up. And he skies this one to left field. Back goes Kingman, and he makes the catch.
Kind of a tough route there from Kingman. That ball just, like we said earlier, from Ferguson dealing out there in center field, that ball just kept carrying.
I thought that was going to go out, but and I'm amazed. And it looked like it took a turn on Kingman, too. But two down, here's the ninth man to bat in the inning, Josue Feliciano. So, again, have we settled the debate of how many batters it takes to bat around? Okay, just making sure. Low for ball one to Sway. Sway is 0 for 2 with a sacrifice bunt and 2 strikeouts. And he grounds this one high chopper, backhanded by Brown. It's going to be a tough play, and it is safe. A little bit of a delayed call there by the first base umpire. It looked like he was going to signal out, and then it changed his mind at the last minute. Saw the first baseman, Kyle Hood, get pulled off the bag.
Good effort there on the stretch from Hood, normally a second baseman.
So now we got to wait for a minute as Sterling Tejeda has to take off his catcher's gear.
Sterling was actually
warming up Bill Christopher in the bullpen.
And Lobo as he's running and scattering for his gear. Some Lobo antics here from Tredici.
So Derlin 2 for 3 with 2 singles and 2 runs scored.
Having himself a little bit of a ball game here is Tejada.
And Derlin is speared by the pitcher.
Quick at
Irwin will flip on to first. All that drama, but the Blue Sox cracked for 5 runs on 1, 2, 3, 4 hits and 2 5 runs. 4 hits and 2 Trojan errors, and they leave 2. After 6 complete, it is closing time for the Blue Sox. Blue Sox 11, Trojans nothing. Blue Sox baseball on LSP. Want LSP to tape or broadcast your team's games? Rates start at just $50 per game. Visit localsportsproductions.com/services or email sam@localsportsproductions.com for more information. So a bunch of changes for the Blue Sox. Neither team is playing with a DH now, as Bill Christopher has gone into the DH spot. He's now on the mound. And we have a bunch of changes. We mentioned last inning Silvestro, Wilsley, and Wojtek at third, second, and first, respectively. We now have Connor Green behind the plate. Eduardo Soto in left. Taylor Ferguson is out of the game, and Josue Feliciano's moved from left to center. Hope you got all that. It's time for the top of the 7th with the bottom third of the order due up.
Bill Christopher, closing roll out of Union College.
Dombrowski takes inside for ball 1 with a little chin music. Dombrowski is 0 for 1, walked in the second, and grounded into a 6-3, a big 6-3 double play at the time in the fourth. That was when the game was still 2-0, and the Trojans had the bases loaded, 1 out. As that's fouled away for strike 1. And then from there, the Blue Sox offense exploded with 4 runs in the fourth and 5 just now in the bottom of the 6th. This is grounded to second. Wilsley boots it, now recovers and fires to first.
Some trouble going on over there at second base tonight.
Yeah. We've seen some great defensive plays tonight from both teams, but also we've had some questionable plays as Rob will take over for a second while changes battery on the camera.
Stepping up to the plate, number 11, Justin Smokovich. Christopher deals, strike 1, swing and a miss on a high fastball. Christopher able to bring some cheese. I believe he clocked at 88 down in Catuit just a few weeks ago. Induces another ground ball. Silvestro takes the charity hop, throws it over. That'll be out number 2. Just like that, there's 2 down. Coming up to the plate, I believe, is the pitcher.
Yep, Alex Irwin, the pitcher, coming back to the plate as the last chance for the Trojans. And Irwin takes down away ball one. Irwin is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. So 6 innings of shutout ball from Matt Karras. He's in the line for his first win of the year. That's low for ball 2. 6 innings of shutout ball on 82 pitches. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 strikeouts. That's fouled off 2 and 1. I'm still always in awe of that performance he had in the 2012 ICL Championship Series, where he threw a complete game effort against the Chiefs on 59 pitches.
Wow.
2 and 2, and the Trojans are down their final strike. The game took barely over an hour, too. Like, it was low scoring. The Blue Sox won the game, and it took barely over an hour.
Wasn't there for that one.
Like that is the most Matt Karras game possible. I love you, Matt. Down and away, full count. The payoff pitch. At the knee, strike three called in. That will do it for this ball game. The final totals for the Arlington Trojans fall to 2 and 10. It is no runs on 5 hits, 3 errors, and 7 men left. And for the Lexington Blue Sox to improve to 7-3-1, and for the moment tie the Watertown Reds in the top of the ICL standings, 11 runs, 12 hits, 1 error, and 5 men left. The winning pitcher, Matt Karras, goes to 1-0. The losing pitcher is Andrew Hamill.
Solid outing there for the Blue Sox, 11-0 win. You can't really ask for much more offensively, defensively, just a well-rounded game. As I said before, you can't really ever assume victory, but, you know, it was hard-earned. We earned it. Hitting, pitching, fielding, timely hitting, whatever it may be, but thank you for letting me join you tonight, Sam.
Absolutely, Rob, anytime. So, with that said, this has been a presentation of local sports production serving Greater Boston student athletes. Copyright 2017. Unauthorized redistribution of any portion of this broadcast without the express written permission of the Lexington Blue Sox or local sports productions is strictly prohibited. Coverage of Blue Sox baseball and local sports productions continues Friday night at 7:55 p.m. when the Blue Sox host the Melrose Americans. Watch live at localsportsproductions.com/live. Then stream the game the next day at localsportsproductions.com/on-demand or on YouTube. And be sure to follow LSP on the web, Twitter at LSP37, Facebook.com/localsportsproductions, and be sure to click the subscribe button on the LSP YouTube channel. Once again, the final score from center field at Lexington High School in Lexington, Mass. It is the Lexington Blue Sox 11, and the Arlington Trojans nothing. For Rob DeFranco, my name is Sam Feely. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you very much, folks. Have a great night.